Okay, this is going to be my third installment in the Zarna Joshi debacle. Okay, that sounded too heavy, I guess. But yeah, this is going to be my third movie on responding to Zarna Joshi. The other two, well, obviously the first one was with the bunker, and the second one was with kayaking for control. The second one didn't get a lot of views, but then again, I don't care, because I was already planning on making this one, and it probably won't get a lot of views either. That's not the point. The point is that the few people that do view it will have an idea about it. And I hope to influence that idea a bit. And if I don't, then I'd like to hear why I didn't or why people disagree with me. Anyway, this is my third response to Zarna Joshi. And in this one, she is basically protesting or speaking to a protest group again because of global warming. And she does so in the most insane manners, or at least to me. But you be the judge. Let's start.
With respect to the Amish people upon whose land we are standing.
Yet not with respect to the Americans or the people of Seattle, whose land you're also standing on, because it's the same land. I mean, they took it and now it's theirs. I mean, history is a nasty thing, I agree, but how can you say, oh well, I'm going to acknowledge the tribe that lived here a few hundred years ago, yet who cares about the people who live here now?
My name is Vana. I volunteer with Rising Tide Seattle, and Rising Tide Seattle is a direct action group. What Rising Tide Seattle does is we take action to confront the root causes of climate change.
Okay, first off, nice solar panel you have there. Am I to believe that that one solar panel is giving enough power to run all your electrical appliances there? Because those two boxes there seem that they use more power than that one solar panel is producing. But having said that, yes, we do need to approach the root causes that are causing global warming. But here, I think our paths will split, won't they?
And those root causes of climate change are this system of capitalism, colonialism, and racism that destroys our planet.
Now that you blame capitalism for global warming, I can somewhat understand. I don't think it's completely fair to say that capitalism is the only cause of it. I mean, there are plenty of organizations fighting global warming, and they do so in a very capitalistic way. So I'm not sure capitalism is 100% to blame for it. I am, however, 100% sure that racism and colonialism has nothing to do with it. I mean, me being racist towards someone else does not affect the global ecological stability. Nor does people living in another country suddenly make the earth revolt. This is bullshit. These are not root causes. I mean, burning fossil fuels, root cause, yes. White people living in America, root cause, no. White people not liking black people for whatever stupid reason, root cause, no. I don't get this. Can you explain why you think that racism and colonialism are part of the root cause of global warming?
And so Rising Tide takes direct action. That means we stand in the way of fossil fuel infrastructure. That means we partner with frontline indigenous communities who are facing the worst effects of what is going on.
So, okay, you block fossil fuels transports, which is a crime, by the way, but never mind. It's not really doing anything. I already mentioned this in Kayaking for Control. And yeah, I call bullshit on you saying that you're standing with indigenous tribes which are facing the worst effects of what's going on. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're not standing with the Dutch. They live well below water level, they live well below sea level, sorry, and global warming is raising the sea level, which is actually physically threatening their country. I'm pretty sure you're not standing with them, or if you are, you have done a good job in hiding it.
And Many people have asked me why I do this. Why do I put myself at risk in the way that sometimes Rising Tide Seattle members do?
You put yourself at risk. Now, this is something you said during Kayaking for Control as well. What risk are you in? That you might bump yourself and scrape yourself whilst climbing rough terrain? Or that you might actually get wet when you are kayaking for control? I mean, what risk are you in? You're not getting arrested. You're not even getting harassed. You're not even getting shouted down because of the stupidities you say. And I mean, this became very apparent in your little thing in the bunker in Seattle. But this is also apparent in just about every other movie that I've seen from you or with you. I mean, you talk as if you were a victim. You're not. No one is trying to stop you. No one is harassing you. No one is attacking you. Stop playing the victim card. Stop being brave for being brave. I mean, you're not being brave. You're being a bitch. You're making it sound as if the world should be grateful that you are taking all these risks, but you're not taking any risk. So what are we grateful for?
And the truth is, I have a very personal reason for doing so.
You have a personal reason for lying that you're taking so many risks? Well, lying is always a personal thing, isn't it?
My grandfather shared a jail cell with Gandhi. He was 15 years old. And while in that jail cell, Gandhi went on hunger strike. And when my grandfather saw his hero refuse food, he also refused food. And it was at that moment that Gandhi picked up a piece of bread and handed it to him and said, I am on hunger strike so that you never have to be hungry.
A beautiful story. And, you know, I'm going to 100% assume that this is 100% true. I'm not even going to put any doubt on this. I'm serious. I'm not being condescending or sarcastic. If anyone thinks I don't believe it, I'm 100% willing to believe that this is actually 100% what happened. So why are you now forcing other people to think in your way because Mahatma Gandhi did something to help others? He didn't tell others to do what he wanted. He did. And hoped others would follow his example in a positive way. You force other people. So do you see the disconnect between those two?
And when I was little and I would stay with my grandparents, my grandfather would say to me often, "Never be hungry, my child." And I didn't realize for a long time as I was growing up that what he was saying was to repeat the words of Gandhi to me. I didn't realize for a long time that that's why he kept saying, "Never be hungry, my child."
I'm 100% sure that your grandfather meant well by that as well. Unfortunately, stopping hunger isn't as simple as merely saying don't be hungry. Thing is, worldwide we do have enough food productions to feed everyone. Unfortunately, this is a real issue. We need to address this. That we throw away food at one part of the world while at the other part of the world people are actually starving. Now, in all fairness, it's too simple to say this is a West versus not West thing, because in the Western world people are starving from hunger too. Bullshit, some people will say, but this is actually true, unfortunately. It really does seem bleak, but yeah, saying don't go hungry doesn't make people not go hungry. I mean, there is more to it than that.
And so when I look around the world today and I see the drought, I see the landslides, I see the wildfires.
Yes, I have to interrupt you here, my dear. I'm sorry. You're basically lying by omission. Landslides happen because of people. Well, maybe, but they also happen because they happen. This is nature. Wildfires happens because of people. Well, yeah, maybe some of them might be lit, but there are also wildfires that happen because of, guess what? Nature. Droughts happen because of people. Trust me, the Sahara Desert was there well before the Industrial Revolution even got kicked off. So, no, men are not solely to blame for droughts. I don't get it. You're lying by omission. Are these things serious problems? Yeah, they are serious problems. Why do you have then to make it sound like they're all the fault of people? Especially white people, of course, because honestly, no.
I see the flooding, I see the devastation of crops, I see the climate refugees, I see the devastation in the global south.
Yep, there you go, the global south. You know what the global south is, right? The global south is basically every country that is not white. Have you considered that? This is basically racism, and you're pushing it as if it's truth. Why are you pushing it as if it is truth? Did you consider that? But yeah, the global south, I know. You do realize that China is creating more global warming all by itself than the combined Western world is, right? And India is not this poor little country that knows nothing. I mean, they're pretty high on global warming pushing as well. They might not be for it, but they're definitely not doing anything to stop it. So yeah, just like I showed you in kayaking for control, I will show you here too. The Western world is the only part of the world that is trying to stop global warming. They're failing at it, obviously. They should do way more, but they're at least doing something. And here you are berating them at behest of the global south, who is doing fuck all. Seriously, the hypocrisy in you.
And I think to myself, people are hungry. Gandhi was on hunger strike so that we never had to be hungry. And when my grandfather was an old man, the government of India offered him many benefits as a veteran of the struggle for freedom, or as a veteran of the struggle against colonial oppression, the struggle against racism, the struggle against greed.
And how did this tie in with global warming again? I'm just checking.
And my grandfather refused those benefits. And the reason why that he told me was that he said no motherland is ever indebted to her child.
In all fairness, your grandfather sounds like a stand-up guy. I would have loved to met him. I really mean that. He sounds like a great person. Don't know where you got your personality from then, but he sounds like a really stand-up guy.
And when I think today of what is happening on this planet, I think about how this planet is our mother. I think about how Mother Earth is suffering right now, and her children are hungry right now.
No, I've never been a fan of the Mother Earth analogy, so I'm still not a fan. But okay, her children are suffering right now. Which children are you talking about? A bunch of humans that have a problem getting food? Well, it's a problem for humans, don't get me wrong. It's a genuine problem. Or are we talking about a bunch of insects that are threatened to stop existing? Animals that stop existing, that get extinct? Because you know, well before there were humans, we already know that complete groups of animals went extinct. And I assume they also were the children of Mother Earth. So it seems to me that your grandfather, when saying a country is not indebted to its people, the same holds true for the world. The world is not indebted to us. It doesn't care about us. It's not a personality. Now we need to save ourselves. We need to help change the environment back to what it should be, not because of the planet, but because of us. The planet won't do bullshit about it. This is a nice argument I've had many a time. If we destroy nature the way we do, and in the end it will make sure that we as a human cannot survive on this planet, nature will survive. There will be animals, there will be creatures, there will be plants still thriving. It just will not be us. We will go extinct, just as so many have gone before us. Nature doesn't care about us. Mother Earth is not a person. She doesn't care about us. We're just along for the ride. Now, we better make this ride a comfortable one. I agree with you on that. But the planet doesn't owe us anything. It doesn't care about us. It's not an entity.
And we have to stand up the way that Gandhi took action, the way that my 15-year-old grandfather took action. We have to take action today.
Then take action the way Mahadma Ghandi did. Lead by example. But you don't lead by example. You lead by shaming. That's a bad tactic.
And so, please do sign the Pledge of Resistance. Please do go to shellno.org. Sign the Pledge of Resistance. Stand up against Shell Arctic drilling. Stand up against fossil fuel infrastructure. And tell them, Shell no! The Arctic belongs to all of us. This planet belongs to all of us. We have to protect our mother.
See, this is where I partly agree and partly think you're the dumbest person in the world. Yes, we do need to put a leash, so to speak, on our oil companies, because they do need to get checked, because they will wreck this planet. But no, the world doesn't belong to all of us, nor does the world belong to any of us. We're just here for the ride. Just like the people of Shell are just here for the ride. They're trying to make their ride as comfortable for themselves as they can. We all should try to make the ride as comfortable for ourselves. But we need to look further than just today. Burning up our resources will basically mean that our children will have a problem that we will not have. This is the main reason why we should combat global warming. This is the main reason why we should address the climate change as soon as possible. But it has nothing to do with Mother Earth. There is no Mother Earth. This is, again, stupidity. This has nothing to do with telling the world that we are the owners of Antarctica. We're not. Nobody cares about Antarctica. If there wouldn't be oil there, Shell wouldn't go there either. And the only reason you care about it is because Shell wants to go there. Because it's oil. Again, do you see that brilliantly placed solar panel in front of you? Trust me, it won't be produced if they did not have oil. So there is this double standard again. Yes, we need to address climate change. Yes, we need to do something to help preserve our lives. It's nothing to do with a planet. Fuck the planet. It's our life we have to worry about. And then you want to say that, like Mahatma Gandhi, who once really tried hard to help his people, you do the same thing because you want to help the planet? You don't get it. Those are two completely different things.
Because if we don't do it, who will? And so I would like to tell you today that if I get arrested on May 18th, on the day of mass action, if that does happen, I would like you to know that I'm doing it so that you never go hungry. Thank you.
And this is how entitled you feel. You're going to do something illegal, And there's a chance that you might get arrested. The chance isn't big, I know, but yeah, there is a chance you might get arrested. And then you place yourself in the image of Mahatma Gandhi. You're doing it so that I don't have to go hungry. You're doing fuck all for me. You're doing it for you. Basically what you're shouting here is, look at me. Look at how brave I am. I'm going to do something which will not benefit anyone. But hey, I'm still doing it. Look at me. You want to combat global warming? Lead by example. Help companies prevent the use of or the abuse of global resources. But you're not doing that. You're making talks. You're spouting hot air and you're spouting lies about what the problem really is. You're putting a divide in societies. You're doing this in Western societies. You're putting a divide in the world against Western societies, in Western societies. And the people listening to you are grateful that you talk to them. Oh, what a brave little girl that is. And you're full of shit. Oh, the global south are the real victims in this. Yeah, never mind that they're also the main perpetrator in this. That doesn't matter though, does it? I'm sorry, I cannot keep my cool. Global warming, climate change is a genuine issue. It's something that we need to address. You're making it a racial issue. How the fuck dare you? Do you really think that if China keeps going on the way they are doing and they're going to fuck up our world, we're not going to be affected by it? They're already affected by it, mind you. I mean, did you see the Olympic Games in Beijing not too long ago? It was a mess. Sporters really didn't think they could go through with their sports because of the air. But they did. Brave guys they were, won't lie. But you're not talking about how China is creating a huge problem. You're not talking about how India is creating a huge problem. No, it's the global north. It's the Western world. This is blatantly lying to us. The countries that done the most to combat global warming are the global north countries. But you don't recognize that. You still put the blame on them. I'm sorry, but Zarna Joshi, you are not Mahatma Gandhi. Your grandfather had a better grasp of reality than you. But you want us to look at you in the same light as we would look at him or at Mahatma Gandhi. I'm sorry. I wouldn't even look at you in the same light as the dog that walked with him. Because you are less than that. Because you are actually trying to make the situation worse by blaming people who are not to blame, by putting people on a pedestal who do not belong there, and by making it all about something else. Global warming is an issue. Yes, it is. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with colonialism. But by putting the attention on that, you know that the attention again will not go to global warming. Well done. You just muddied the water. Anyway, this is the end of my little rant here. Please like, share, subscribe if you feel inclined to. If not, criticism as usual is always welcome. So let me know what you think. And for the rest of it, have a great day.